Ancient forces have been awakened, and only one thing stands between them and the enslavement of all mankind.
I'll have whatever he's having.
Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our channel, Paws On Animation.
Today we're covering the ever-beloved live-action Scooby-Doo movie from 2002.
Yes, and it's the first live-action movie of the franchise, released in 2002, mystery-adventure comedy, produced by Mosaic Media Group, and the plot revolves around Mystery Incorporated, the team, and including Scooby, who reunite after a 2-year disbandment to investigate a mystery at a popular horror-themed tropical island resort.
Yes.
But before we get started,
be sure to like, subscribe, and click notification bells on future podcasts and one of Paws videos.
I think everyone was surprised when this movie originally came out. And as always, thank you so much for joining us, subscribing, and sharing. We appreciate you. Sorry about that, guys.
Yes.
But I think everyone was surprised when this came out originally in 2002.
Yeah.
This was unexpected.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like now where Disney and other studios 5 years before a movie comes out tell you that it's going to happen.
Right. It's just, it's like, here's a trailer for a movie we're doing. Like, oh my gosh, you're doing this? And another thing was that they weren't doing a ton of live action adaptations one after the other. It was just every now and then you had one. And like we had a couple in a year and that's it.
But for those of you who don't know, this was a screenplay by James Gunn, as well as a story written by James Gunn.
That was a surprise.
So yeah, it was a real big surprise to see his name in the credits and learn that he was connected with it. It starred Freddie Prinze Jr. as Fred, Sarah Michelle Gellar as Daphne, Matthew Lillard as Shaggy, Linda Cardinelli as Velma, and Rowan Atkinson. Of course, Scooby was voiced by the incomparable
Frank Welker.
Yeah, so we're glad that they stuck with that. And we understood that there was no way that he could play a 16-year-old or an 18-year-old or 20-year-old.
No, unless it's all a joke and you understand it's a joke.
So this is one of those cases where you understood why there was recasting for them. And it's forgiven. What you didn't forgive is the one that was done in 2000, not Scoob. What's the one?
The 2021, yes.
Yes, that's the one where it's like, why,
please.
Oh, why did you do it?
And yeah, we know there's some of you out there that do like it. It's fine. We just did not care for it.
So this was actually a theatrical release. Ran 84 million. I'm sorry, ran 86 minutes.
What?
Had a budget of $84 million and earned $275 million.
Wow, okay.
So it did really well. And they managed to make it fun.
Yeah.
They managed to stick to the lore. They managed to make it interesting. What I didn't like about this movie is that they broke them up for 2 years.
The entire beginning of the plot is that, yeah. And I guess even now it's hard to see them break up over anything. Heck, Scoob ended up doing that too in an unconventional way where two of them get separated from the main cast. And they're sort of disbanded in a way or unappreciated. And I think for us, that's like the two things that don't work for Scooby-Doo. An origin story, because no one gets to write, and a split them all up scenario for them. Because it's like you can't have one without the other four. And you almost can't explain how something as bizarre as mystery-solving teenagers who go across the country solving mysteries with a talking dog. You can't really explain that.
Now, when this film was originally released, it received actually negative reviews from critics, but it has since amassed a cult following, and it earned a sequel even though it got such negative reviews in 2004.
Yeah.
But this is definitely worth watching if you've never seen it. If you have seen it, let us know in the comments. What they did do right, it was smart enough is to use the original Scooby-Doo Where Are You theme song. They had a version by Shaggy, reggae artist, another by the group Mix Pix, and they performed different versions of it. They even got a roller coaster ride based on Warner Brothers World.
Right.
And I love that you heard the music. One other thing that I didn't like, and everything else was fine, was that in the special features, you see this opening of an animated opening, and why they chose not to use that is beyond me.
Right?
It started with them at a mansion, and the animated opening was clever, and smart, and brilliant, and it also gave credit to the stars in the beginning rather than at the end. So We don't know why they chose not to use it, because if you're seeing it here, hopefully we were able to get it. It was fantastic.
Yeah, and well, it was so fun because when you watch the movie, it starts off, you hear the theme with their own cover, Scooby-Doo, and then it kind of goes straight into the story with the title. Kind of abruptly, you were kind of put off by like, oh, okay, fine. But then now you know why. They just cut out the alternate opening where it's the animated characters and the stars, and you got their own little sequence of going after the monsters, chasing them down and stuff, and then Daphne gets kidnapped, and then it transitions to live action with them actually becoming real and solving the mystery at the factory. And it was so fun. That was such a great way to like, hey, you know them here.
Right.
Here's them brought to life. It was
Right.
such a neat idea. Only for them to go straight to the movie, it just feels underwhelming to start off with. That's
So
all.
in the beginning of the movie, they're on a case, and then they break up, and then 2 years
Because
later,
of
they end up
reasons.
running to each other at
Yeah.
the airport. Go figure.
Right.
And then they're running to the airport because they've all been summoned to go to this resort to solve a mystery. And mystery and fun and chaos ensues.
Mm-hmm.
You have Rowan Atkinson who appears, as well as some other cameos by Sugar Ray, Pamela Anderson, Nicholas Holt, and yes, I used to love Sugar Ray. The lead singer was hot.
And
But that's not
Bob
here nor there.
Hoffman too.
Yes, sir, who let the dogs out.
Yes.
So they made sure the movie kept a fun vibe and had fun music, and they really got a cast that sounded like the original voice actors.
Yes, they did. They really nailed that. And even with Matthew Lillard, who played Shaggy so well, he ended up being the voice of Shaggy after Casey Kasem's passing.
And kudos to Rodriguez, because he wore the blonde wig, or he had his hair bleached blonde. Because so many people now don't want to wear a wig or color their hair, whether it's animation or anime adaptation.
Yeah.
And they want to just have their hair, and you take them in the role. No, get into it. And not only did he get into it, but so did his wife, Michelle Gellar, by having the red hair.
Yes.
So did Cardinelli by
Yes.
having the red hair. So you absolutely love that they got into it, and the studio got into it, and everything
Yes.
got into it.
They enjoyed
And it
it.
had to be fun making this film.
Yes, and it was just so silly and so fun the whole time. You only had one part of the movie that was sort of like, okay, and there was you probably know it, it's when Shaggy and Scooby started competing by burping and farting. And that was literally the lowest point of the movie, but thank goodness it's short.
Yes.
And like, it just should just stop with them burping because, you know, they eat a lot and they eat a ton in this movie still. It's just they kept going on and then it started being gross and like, okay, they didn't wear this crass. You can stop now. Please stop before we turn it off.
Yeah.
But that was it. That was like the only really bad part of the movie. Anything else was just maybe minor little flaws.
Now, we all think that the beginning of having actual supernatural events happen was in the Mystery Incorporated.
Yes.
Well, actually, it was in Scooby Natural, but Mystery Incorporated. But it actually happened here because there are people pretending it's a real curse.
Yes.
And a real cursed object that's causing the people to be
Right.
in control of, and real ghosts.
Yes.
So this really was the beginning of having supernatural apparitions and things appear in a Scooby-Doo movie.
Right. The closest you got for animation was Zombie Island. But this is the first time they put it
That
in
was-
live
But
action.
that was a while later.
Right.
also.
So they really did incorporate a lot of Scooby-Doo stuff at the time for 2002, what had come about already. And then you see what ended up influencing later adaptations. Even the crappy Velma series ended up taking from this with the antagonist at the end. It's 2002. You already know who it is. And they kind of took it from here, and this movie still did it better.
Definitely. So after they went through all of the things that happened, like in the series and body switching and all that stuff, then the real villain ends up being Scrappy. Well, Scrappy is hated worldwide
So
by
it's fine.
true Scooby-Doo fans. So we were all happy that he got arrested and thrown in jail.
Yeah, good.
Because you
Fine.
can't stand Scrappy.
They even
If
put
you
in the
happen
movie, they
to
don't
be a
like him.
Scrappy fan, we're sorry. were so
Oh
soft.
my gosh.
But
Well,
I was glad that he got caught.
And it's so funny. Scrappy only became a little bit of a hero when they had the second season of Velma, and he took out Velma. That was like the short bit of fame this character had. Like, oh, you got rid of her. He's a hero for now.
What's great is the original voice actor Scott Innes reprised his role as the voice of
So
Scrappy.
he saw the humor in just sending Scrappy to prison.
So this movie is great. If you haven't seen it and you're a Scooby-Doo fan, what are you waiting for? If you're a purist and think the animated properties are all you should watch, you really should watch this first film. It was a fantastic attempt in bringing it to live action. And despite the few hiccups, it's a fun movie.
Yeah,
I've watched it multiple times.
Yeah, and everyone
we finally
was
decided
fun.
we need to share this with you because we've covered almost the entire Scooby-Doo franchise.
Yes.
So we said, hey, let's do the live action movies as well.
Yes.
So if you've seen Scooby-Doo, the film, let us know in the comments. Did you see it when it originally came out? Have you seen it on DVD or when it aired on TV? Let us know. If you haven't, it's available probably on Warner Brothers streaming.
Max,
Max.
I hope it is because they keep moving stuff.
And if not, you can buy it. We own both this one and the sequel movie.
Yes.
Do yourself a favor, watch it, come back, tell us what you think.
And definitely enjoy this because we already know that there's going to be a new live action series on Netflix, and we already know it's probably going to be not great. So enjoy these other two films
As
as
long
much
as
as
an
possible.
anime.
Yeah, I hope the anime's better. But live action, yeah, better stick with these for now because everything after, just keep it going. And if you haven't already, subscribe for updates and movie videos for your anime series, anime shows, and all things animation.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us, subscribing, sharing, commenting, and we appreciate you more than you'll ever know. That's why you'll always be our
Special. Thank you so much for watching Mask Entertainment.
And I'm on entertainment.
Have a fantastic day.
Peace. Scooby-Doo!